This is Carla Hinton reporting for the Oklahoman and NewsOK.com. I'm here in the studio with Scott Werner. He is president of the nonprofit organization Oklahoma Kids Belong. This organization is doing its part to connect children in the state's foster care program with families across Oklahoma. Thank you for coming.
Thanks, Carl. I'm glad to be here today.
Well, can you tell us a little bit about Oklahoma's Kids Belong?
Absolutely. We're part of a national organization called America's Kids Belong. And America's Kids Belong came into Oklahoma about 6 months before Governor Fallon's office launched the Oklahoma Fosters Campaign. Okay. They work in states all over the U.S. Because the truth is there's a foster and adoption crisis going on in our country. Oklahoma as well. Right now we have about 10,000 children in our foster system. If we were in line with the national average, we'd have about 5,100. So America's Kids Belong works with states all over the place to raise awareness, to bring together government, business, faith-based initiatives, and anybody that we can, really, just the community together in order to address the issues that are going there. So they came along and partnered with Governor Fallon's office. Oklahoma Fosters was launched, and then after we got through that first year, they contacted me. I had worked with them in conjunction with Life Church, where I go to church and used to be on staff there. And so I got to meet them through that, and then they asked me if I would actually be the hands and feet here in Oklahoma to continue the work that has been started and to continue to work with the governor's office, with Oklahoma DHS and the other partners that we work with.
Okay, good. Well, can you give us details about the I Belong videos? I know that's a big project for you guys.
It is. One of the most important things we're doing right now is called the I Belong Project. And so what we're doing with that right now, tonight, when we go to bed tonight, there will be 550 kids in Oklahoma that are called legally free, which the first time I heard that, Carla, I thought, that sounds like a good thing, and it's really not. It means that their parents have lost all parental rights or given them up, and then unfortunately no one is advocating right now on their behalf to become their adoptive family. Okay. So our goal is to let them tell their own story and to tell their story. So the way that we're doing that is we are producing 2-minute videos of each one of those kids. And then after we get those produced through volunteer organizations, through paid videographers, different places that are helping us out to get that done, those go to the Heart Gallery, the Oklahoma Heart Gallery website. And so they're paired with their picture and their biography. And then social media kind of picks it up, and just like you guys have, helps gets the word out there that these kids are there. You know, the amazing thing about the I Belong Project is nobody can tell these kids' story better than themselves. Right. So when you see these videos, when you see them telling their own stories, man, it just grabs people's hearts. It allows them to see the reality of the tough time that these kids have gone through and want to help. And so people are responding. That's the exciting thing. People are already responding, and new families are being found.
Okay. So. And I think you said that you all are targeting right now, you're trying to do videos on the older children, is that right? Okay.
Yeah, we're really, we're blessed to be partnering with Oklahoma DHS. The communications team, the child welfare department, everybody in DHS has the same goal. Okay. They want to get these kids, their stories out there. So they've welcomed us with open arms to be able to come in as a volunteer organization to help them get these videos done. And so they've asked us to feature and to focus right now on the oldest kids. So the last shoot that we did, we had 20 kids there, and the youngest one was 15. So they were from 15 to 17, because in Oklahoma and everywhere else, you age out at 18. Okay. And unfortunately, statistics are really strong that if a child doesn't engage with a family before they age out of the system, their road's going to be a lot tougher. Not having that support system, there's all kinds of things that can come against them as far as financial crisis, homelessness, unwanted pregnancies, all kinds of stuff that they've just seen that when they can become part of a family, they have a much better chance of being successful later on in life. And so right now we're trying to tell their stories first, because we don't have much time, to get their stories out there. The whole process takes a while. Okay. If you go to heartgallery.com and see one of the videos and fall in love with one of the kids, it's still going to take 6 to 9 months if everything works right and if they're the right fit for you.
Right. Wow, I didn't realize that. So it's a good idea, right, that you're targeting that particular group. Okay. Yeah. Good. Well, what's the most challenging aspect of your organization's work?
Well, to be honest with you, funding. Okay. We have to pay for this stuff, and so getting the funds together in order to be able to do this, because there's videography, there's editing, there's all kinds of expenses that go along with it. But other than that, it's a lot of coordination. We rely heavily upon the DHS team, because they bring in this next shoot that we've got coming up, we've got one coming up February 10th.
Okay.
And we're going to bring in 30 of these children, and so they may come from anywhere in the state of Oklahoma. So DHS coordinates with their caseworker, with their foster family, with the group home, wherever they might be living right then. And it's a lot of coordination to get them there, to have the videographers, the interviewers, everything for it all to work together.
Right.
And then honestly, for the videographers, that's when the work really begins, because then they start the editing process. Once that happens, we get it to DHS so they can put it on adoptookkids.org, and we send it to heartgallery.com for their website, so that once we get the stories produced, we can get them out there. And so all of that takes a little bit of time. After our first shoot, where you were present, we appreciate you coming by there. That's one of the things that I just began to take notes. How can we shorten this period of time? Because the first time we did it took about 120 days. For this next one that's coming up, our goal is to have it done and those videos live within 45 to 60 days.
Okay, wow. So you mentioned funding. Do you all accept donations? Do people, okay.
Yeah, we do. We're very grateful for any support that can come our way, and that funding stays right here in Oklahoma.
Okay.
It goes towards these projects and other things that we're doing, like working with faith-based organizations. I spoke at a church conference Saturday morning, along with many of the partners that we have through agencies, through the 111 Project, through the Heart Gallery. So we work closely with a lot of organizations in this space. But yeah, they can find us on Facebook and see the Oklahoma's Kids Belong page there, and we have a link, or of course they could contact me or go to our website, and there would be a place for them to give if they were so inclined.
Okay, good. Well, what's the most rewarding part of your work? I think I know what it is, but what do you have to say?
The rewards tie back to the hardest part of my work.
Sure.
In our video shoot last time, one of the questions that the interviewers commonly ask the kids is, if you could have 3 wishes. And Carla, for your child or my child, that might be, I want to go to Disney World, or I want to go somewhere cool, or get a Nintendo or whatever. Sure. One of the little girls that we were filming, she had 3 wishes, and one of them was that her mother would get out of prison before she turned 18. One of them was that she would meet her biological father, who she didn't know who he was. Okay. And one of them was that she could forgive a family member who had abused her. So it's just a whole different world that we're seeing, that we're dealing with, that the DHS and the agencies here in Oklahoma work with every day. But the truth is, these kids just want to be loved. They just want to be part of a family. The most rewarding thing is, if you go to the Heart Gallery website, you see some of our videos. Some of them, when you click on it, it doesn't play anymore because it says family found. So we have kids that people are seeing their videos through social media, through the websites, through television, the different places, and they're finding families. Again, that process takes a little while, but there's a trial adoption going on with numerous kids right now, and that's why we're doing it. I really, really believe that Oklahomans respond to crisis. But I think the truth is, for you and I, we've seen them respond to so many different crises here in our state, but they've got to see it. And so I don't think that most Oklahomans realize that tonight there are 550 kids that don't have a family, and they don't have any hope of a family. But I truly believe that we can change that just by getting these stories out there and letting them tell their own story.
Okay, good. Well, what can Oklahomans do to help? What can they do to help in this effort? Man,
there's all kinds of stuff you can do. You can like us on Facebook, because if you do that, it helps spread the word. So when you see the videos, you can like those, share those with your friends. We're always looking for volunteers for the video shoots, for different events that we might be having throughout each month. And again, if people were so inclined to donate towards that to help us pay for these videos and help get that work done, that would be great as well. And I got to be honest, we would appreciate any prayers that are there, not for us, but for these kids, because they're the ones that are really, they have the battle. Ours is a pleasure, and even though it's stressful at times, we're blessed to get to be a part of it, just to help them out. But we need to all be sending our thoughts and prayers to these kids so that they stay strong and they keep going until they find that forever family that they're looking for.
Okay, good. So, very concrete, tangible things that people can do.
There's one more thing I forgot to tell you. We have the Heart Gallery is our partner, and they have a Heart Gallery wall. And so your business, maybe in the lobby of your business, maybe your church, your civic organization, there are 5 of those that have been created for the state of Oklahoma. So Heart Gallery partners with DHS, and we place those in churches, we place those in organizations, businesses, and what it is, it's like a trade show wall.
Right.
So it's about 20 feet long, it's about 8 feet tall, and it's
Okay.
beautiful. And what it does is they take the portraits that they've taken of the children and have a bio beside there. And the goal is so you'll just stop, look into the eyes of that child, you know, read a little bit about their story, and then go to the website, see their videos, and you know, see if something that this might be something that you can help with.
Okay, okay. That's my next story.
No.
I love that. I think that's pretty neat.
That's
Yeah,
great.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming. Thanks
Well,
again.
thank you so much.
Thanks
We
for being here.
appreciate your support, and we just want to keep pushing forward until we can sit here one day and say, you know, we have that story told for every one of these kids. Right now, we've got about 80 of the stories done.
Right.
After this next shoot, that's where we'll be. So we've got a long way to go to get to 550, but I'm confident that we'll get there.
Okay, okay. Well, good, good.
Thanks,
Well,
Carla.
this is Carla Hinton reporting for the Oklahoman and newsok.com. For more information, read the Oklahoman.